can do. She seemed to have left.
There's a Tina Gilmore is from the treasurer's office.
Oh,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live streaming and recording, so you can start whenever you wish.
Aaron, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All righty. You've done the roll call already? See everybody on?
No, not yet.
We'll give you a minute.
Stupid. All right, so we have Andy, Angela, Kathy, Liz, and Paul, PJ. All right. All right, we're good to go, Andy.
All righty. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Who beat me?
Kathy and Aaron. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Aaron, have you received any public comment?
No, I have not.
All right. All right. If secretary's report?
All right. Currently, we have 136 properties on the blighted property list. We have been going through it in the past couple of weeks, vetting through it for the land bank. Right now, it looks like we have about 22 properties that are under some kind of intervention by the homeowner. So I guess that's a good sign. We've also narrowed down to a list of about 21 properties that will be part of the land bank's work plan moving forward to go in front of their board next week. So that's about all I have as far as that goes. I did put together a list of, at Liz's request, for taxes due, water, sewer, and garbage. Let me pull that up real quick. I apologize. Bear with me 1 minute. All right. So Liz wanted to know, last month, about how much the blighted properties owed in taxes and water, sewer, garbage fees. And right now, taxes owed on all of the blighted properties is $313,679. And they currently owe the water, sewer, garbage fees in excess of $85,000. So just a little bit.
Aaron, I really appreciate that information. I was in a Zoom about something else, and I think this is really good to educate the public about the dollar cost of blight. And then, as Kathy Rosdick had told us at our last meeting, it's not just the dollars, it's also, how it spreads to nearby property values and everything. But I think when you start with that number, that's a starting point, not an ending point. So I really appreciate you doing this. It's really useful. I think it's useful to the public conversation too, about why blight remediation or removal was a strong focus of Erie Refocus. So thanks. That's all.
You're welcome. And so that is all I have for the secretary's report.
Aaron, of the 21 going to the land bank, are any of those possible rehabs?
There looks like maybe three to four of them are possible rehabs. We won't know more until we, of course, get inside. But yeah, it looks like there's at least maybe 3 or 4 that are decent candidates.
Nice. Good. All right. Have we received any correspondence?
I have no, I guess about the only correspondence we've had is we met, Mike and I, with the owner of 1132 Cascade yesterday to discuss his plans for renovations to that property, which has been on the blight list since 2019 and caused some concerns for the neighborhood. He came into the office yesterday, brought in some plans for his proposed redevelopment of that lot. So he's working through that. He's going to provide us a timeline, hopefully here in the near future, so we can document the file and hold him to something. So hopefully we'll see something out there this year.
Does he seem capable of doing it?
Yes, I would say so at this point.
Good.
He
Very
certainly
good.
he's pretty far along in the process, and he's meeting with the right people. So it seems positive.
And he has a history of rehabbing other properties.
Did you see that Rich Spiker is waiting to be let in?
Yes, he's in.
Okay,
Thanks, Liz.
okay, sorry.
But yeah, that's all of the correspondence I have, Andy.
All right. Do we have any old business?
No old business at this time.
All right, new business. Mike, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. First up, we have 560 East 9th Street. So, are you able to put the pictures up, Aaron?
Yep, I'm working on pulling them up
Okay.
right now, Mike.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this one has back taxes owed to 2019. The owner took possession of a tax sale in 2014. We've had notices sent out in March of 14, right after he took possession. July of 15, he was cited in June of 15. It was a no-show, found guilty. Another notice was sent out in February of 16, July of 20, and a repair demo order sent out March of this year. The water's been off since May of 2007. I think he took possession and just never turned the utilities on, the water on anyways. It's a commercial building and it's another start and stop. This owner's been working on this since 2014. He has done a lot of repairs, but he'll start and then disappear for months and then come back and then do some work and then disappear for months on end and then come back. I spoke to him after he received my repair demo notice, and he's got 2 properties that I'm presenting to the board this month. And he seems like he wants to move forward and complete these repairs. But my proposal for blight is so that we keep on him and keep the progress moving.
Mike,
This is
is this the one across the street from Multicultural Resource Center?
Correct.
Is this Ash
So-
and Ninth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the corner of 7th and Ash. It's a 2-unit apartment building.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that because Ash Street just south of there that's the real rough spot.
If you look at the pictures when the current owner took it over, he has done quite a bit of work, but it's just been sitting with nothing done for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But his intent is to make this residential instead of commercial?
I think he wants to make it a rental. I think it's categorized 2-family residential right now, if I'm not mistaken. I thought it was a storefront when I first looked at it, but it's a 2-unit apartment building.
Okay, thank you.
I'll move to blight.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, next up, I have 525 East 9th Street. This was a quick claim deed, and the owner has a Michigan mailing address, so it's another out-of-state owner. Taxes are back due to 2019. The water has been off since May of 2019. There are balance on the water and garbage and sewer. We've sent notices out in October. He took possession in September of 18. We sent a notice out in October of 18, October of 19, April of 20, and a repair demo notice sent out March of this month. It's got a lot of debris in the backyard. It's been broken into a few times. It is somewhat secure, but we keep boarding the one door up and it keeps getting broken into. We just took a house down across the street from it a couple years ago. Well, the redevelopment authority and I did. It's another one where he got it, did a couple things, and now it's been sitting. This one's been sitting, I think, for a couple years. That's the door that keeps getting broken into, the one with the graffiti on it. And the problem with these properties that sit like this, it's not only their junk and debris, but other people in the neighborhood see it as free waste removal. So they come and throw their junk and debris on it as well.
I'll move to blight.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, next up we have 605-607 East 6th Street. This is a fairly big house. The owners have owned it since 1988. The taxes are owed since 2018. The water's been off since September of 2018. There are balances on the water, sewer, and garbage, as well as water liens on the property. We've sent a notice out in July of 18 and it was returned undeliverable. So then we took the same notice in August of 18 and posted it to the door, hoping the owner would come by and see it, and no response. And then we sent a repair of demo notice in March of this month. I did a little bit of digging on this one, and it's multiple owners. And from what I can tell, it's a guess. It looks like the main owner, there's a first owner, and then it looked like his brother and his wife owned it together in the other unit. Now, the original owner, Mr. Fisher, I found an obituary for him in 2019. So he passed away, but then the other two owners are non-responsive to any of our notices as well. It's abandoned. The porch roof is leaking. It's right on the main stretch of East 6th Street. This one could be rehabable from what I could tell from the outside. It's hard to tell from the outside, but it looked structurally sound. I walked around as much as I could.
Is the garage in the back, is that in still really nice shape?
I go, which one?
The-
I couldn't really get to
There's a
the
big
back.
garage in the back, right?
I couldn't really get to the back. It's fenced in. So
Okay.
I tried to peek through the fence and over the fence and I couldn't see much. That's the porch. That's the front porch where it's leaking water there. So all that wiring there,
Okay.
that's all compromised. So they do have it. It is secured and the backyard is secured. I couldn't see a whole lot from the back of the property.
I'll move to blight.
Okay.
Second.
Second?
Me.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you. So lastly, we have 602 East 11th. This one is commercial and it is the same owner as the first one at 560 East 9th Street. Like I said, he called me and talked to me about these when he received his repair demo notice. He took possession from a tax sale in 2018. I don't know that anything's been done in this particular property. Taxes are owed since 2019. The water's been off since September of 2015. There are no balances on the water or sewer and garbage. We sent a notice out in July of 18 and it was returned. And then he was cited in January of 19 and it was returned and it's still outstanding because it's inactive because he never received it. So then we posted another notice to the door in July of 18. There was a hearing scheduled in February of 2020, but it was pending. I have no further information about the hearing. We reposted a repair demo in March of 2021. And that's the one he called me on. It's the same owner. He claims that he's going to do the repairs and fix it up. But it's deteriorating to the point where my purpose of presenting it for blight is the same as the other property, to hopefully keep pressure on this owner to follow through what he says he's going to do.
And so you've taken, this has been pending before the magistrate, and the magistrate hasn't done anything yet, or it's continued, or?
Yes, the first citation was sent back. It was inactive due to the mail being returned. This owner has 2 addresses, and we sent notices to both addresses. The only one he's responded to is my most recent repair or demo order that I just posted earlier this month. And the notes I found from the property maintenance officer, they said there was a hearing scheduled February 20th, and then I couldn't find any follow-up after that. So I don't know if it's still pending, but I can contact the magistrate's office and look further into that and email you more specific details about that if you like.
I don't need any more, I mean, I don't need any more specific details. I just wondered if maybe it was continued, or what the situation was there.
I couldn't find that information.
And where's this one at again? I'm sorry, what's the address?
This is 602 East 11th Street. This one is a commercial building.
East 11th.
I think it's 11th and Ash, on the corner of 11th and Ash.
Or Wayne. I think I was just there. Is that the one you were at last week?
Yes, yeah.
I think it's Wayne.
Okay, it might be one.
Yeah.
It
I only
seems
asked-
like, I mean, the other one owned by the same person also had that yellow siding on.
Mhm.
So I don't know if he's the one who did it, but he must have gotten a buy on yellow siding or thought that would
Oh, it's a-
like
sorry.
make it look like something was being done, but
I spoke with him a couple of days ago, and he seems like he sounded sincere, and he seems like he is going to follow through. But I personally, I'd still like to keep a blight designation on this if possible to make sure it happens.
Well, and it would be, I mean, it would be nice if the redevelopment authority could potentially get some of these properties that are salvageable, could be turned into something else before they're too far gone. You know, and if this is one of them, I don't know.
And
Yeah, I agree.
he has had ample time. I mean, he's had this one since 2018 and the first one since 2014. So it's not like we haven't given him time to do the repairs.
Yeah.
It's got a flat roof on it, so it's very susceptible to leaking.
Correct. They both do. The first one as well.
Yeah, you're looking at a $40,000 repair just to the roof.
Yeah, and there could be moisture damage inside if it has leaked. We don't know that yet either.
Yeah.
It's a big building.
I'll move to blight.
Second,
I'll second.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
And that's all I have this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Anything else?
I had a question for PJ, actually. PJ, I wanted to pick your brain 1 second as we continue the conversation of how we see the true cost of blight. Is there a way that the city could assess the impact to property values on these blighted structures, not the structure itself, but the surrounding property values, either being depressed because the structure is present or see an improvement once the blighted properties are removed? Is there an easy way with using the MLS to assess housing value and the impact of blight on housing value or property values?
That, I mean, there's 2 ways that can be done. If an agent were to do a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis, that would be something that would focus directly on the property, the subject property. So if you wanted to figure that out, you'd almost have to have them do a CMA on a property that's adjacent to one of these blighted properties, if you're not looking for the value of the blighted property itself. You could do that, or you could have an appraiser come in and maybe give you an idea of what their thoughts are on assigning a value to one of these properties. I'm sure that I would think that an appraiser would be better to speak to that, because that's what they do for a living, is they assign value to property. Whereas a real estate agent, although they might give value, that their job is really more to sell it and market it. But the appraiser would be more likely to tell you what the effect of that would be. Because, there's a lot of assumptions by people about what affects the value of a property. And, they think that extra paint or whatever it might be affects the value, and that's really not what appraisers look for. They're looking at square footage, they're looking at the number of bedrooms and bathrooms and that kind of thing. So I don't know that there would be an easy way to do it, but if you wanted to pick the brain of appraisers in town, I'm sure that some of them would be able to give you an idea of what that does to property values, because they've evaluated properties in those areas before. So
Or if we just wanted to do a research project and say, pick 5 sites throughout the city that have blighted properties now, do a quick assessment of the market value. And then once the property's down, another cycle or 2 and do another quick snapshot as a comparative, more like a research pilot rather than a whole citywide assessment. It would just be interesting to see a local analysis of that, because we can get general studies that have been done from other communities, but it would be interesting to see the impact that it has in Erie.
Well, we would be happy to provide you a list of names of certified general appraisers or residential appraisers, that would be willing to maybe assist the city in that, if that's what you would like to do. I don't know if they'll require a payment or a fee, or, I'm not exactly sure what parameters you'd be looking for, but certainly my office would be happy to provide you with a list of people that we know regularly, appraise properties in the city of Erie. So.
Okay. Well, thank you, PJ. That's helpful.
Yep.
I just wanted to add one thing to what Kathy said. That I didn't finish my train of thought from the previous time when I spoke earlier in the meeting, but I think telling the story of what happens when properties are allowed to, end up in this situation. The conversation I had the other day, or one I was listening to, was I think that there's some well-intentioned, idealistic belief that, either everything can be rehabbed, or, that this is a problem just with absentee property owners. And we know that it's not. I don't think we had anything on the list today where you had, but there was one family where I think somebody died, but that would come up a lot in my years on Blighted Property Review Committee. Somebody dies, the heirs just don't want the property. So I think that the more deep dives we can do into the why and the what and the ramifications, the better prepared we are to find solutions. So that was, I think that there was whoever I was listening to the other day thought, well, let's just go rehab these properties and we will. So it went from rehab the properties to solving the issue of people who are homeless. And there's not a direct line between that, possibly in some cases, but not in a lot. So that's just my observation of what I've learned from attending these meetings. So it's an educational process for me every month. Thanks.
All right. Anything else? All right. None heard. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Thank you.